In this video, we are looking at how to multiply whole numbers by 10, 100, or 1000. First, I want to remind you about our base 10 numeral system and place value. You should be familiar with the idea of ones or units, tens, hundreds, thousands, and so on. And you should also know that 10 ones make 110. 10 tens make 100. 10 100s make 1000. 10 1000s make 1 10,000. And so on. Now, you cannot have a digit in any one of these columns that is greater than 9. So you can have digits from 0 all the way up to 9 in each column. And if you want 10 or more, what you have to do is go into the next column. So let's say I wanted to talk about 12 ones. Well, I'm not allowed to put a 12 in here, but I can have 2 of them in there, and 10 more units are worth 110. So this would be the number 12. Now, let's look at the question we're dealing with. We've got 3 times 10. So we're starting off with 3, which is just 3 in the units column. And if we want to multiply that by 10, that means we want to make this 10 times greater. And that's effectively the same as exchanging every single unit for a 10, because 110 is 10 times greater than 1 unit. So I can do that simply by moving each digit 1 place value column to the left. So the 3 would go there. And this tells me that I've now got 3 tens, which is worth 30. Now, whenever this happens, remember we need a placeholder in here. So 30 is written like this. 3 times 10 is 30, which of course you should know from your times tables. Let's have a look at 7 multiplied by 100. The main idea here is that multiplying by 100 is the same as multiplying by 10 and multiplying by 10 again, like this. So 7 is 7 units or 7 ones. To multiply it by 100, what we need to do is move it 2 place value columns to the left, because we're multiplying by 10 and 10 again. So we need to move the 7 2 place value columns to the left, so we end up with 7 in the hundreds column, so that's worth 700. Of course, we need our placeholder zeros. So 7 multiplied by 100 is 700. Let's move on to question C. This time we want to multiply 4 by 1000. So 4 times 1000. And again, we need to notice that multiplying by 1000 is the same as multiplying by 10, multiplying by 10, and multiplying by 10 again. So 4 is just 4 units. To multiply it by 1000, it's the same as multiplying it by 10, multiplying it by 10 again, and multiplying it by 10 again. So we end up with 4 thousands. And that gives us our answer. It's 4,000. Don't forget the placeholder zeros that we need. So 4 multiplied by 1000 is 4,000. Let's have a look at question D. This time we're starting with 31. So let's think about this. We've got 3 tens and 1 unit. To make all of that 10 times greater, to multiply that by 10, we need to make this 10 times greater and this 10 times greater. So what's 10 times greater than 3 tens? Well, it would be 3 hundreds, because hundreds are 10 times greater than tens. So we need to move the 3 1 place value column along to the left. And as we've already seen, to make 1 unit 10 times greater, we just move that 1 column to the left. So we end up with 3 hundreds, 110, and we need a placeholder 0 there. So 31 times 10 is 310. all we are doing is moving each digit one place value column along to the left. Now we're on part E. Pause the video and have a go at that one for yourself. Here's what you should have got. 341 is 3 hundreds, 4 tens and 1 unit. And we're multiplying by 100, which is the same as multiplying by 10 and multiplying by 10 again. So what we need to do is move each digit not once but twice. We're moving each digit 2 place value columns to the left. So the 3 goes 2 columns along, so that's into the 10,000s column. The 4 ends up here and the 1 ends up there. And then we need our placeholder zeros. So 341 times 100 is 34,100. To summarize then, what's really going on? When you multiply a number by 10, you move each digit 1 place value column to the left. When you multiply it by 100, you move each digit 2 place value columns to the left. When you multiply it by 1,000, you move each digit 3 place value columns to the left. And it's just important that you remember to put in placeholder zeros where you need them.